This is a miniaturised working DX Commander. Right, many of you met Tom. He's on the channel. He's quite often. Zero RMY. He did that amazing trip round the Isle of Arran.
Got up this morning, frost on the tent, frost on the solar panel, up early, watched the sunrise. It was beautiful.
I'll put a link to that in the description. He walked around the Isle of Arran with an expedition and all his food and water and everything. But he has made this. It's a miniaturised working DX Commander with 2 metres and 70 centimetres. Tom, let me ask you some questions. Well, just walk me through this. So where did you start?
I started because I broke my expedition pole.
Okay.
And ended up wondering what to do with the bits left over.
Yeah.
And as you know, you and I have been talking about this for a number of years as making a tiny DX Commander just for fun.
Yeah.
So I thought I can't let the poles go to waste. So I started off with getting some aluminium sheet.
Yeah.
And then obviously using your sort of idea for design, using a hacksaw and lots of swearing, and eventually cutting out the triangular plates, both for the driven plate and the radial plate, and then bending it up. That's the third attempt at bending it because my aluminium would snap. So I had to get a different type of aluminium, which teaches you things about metallurgy. Made the plates, and then the small chassis SMA connector, which is exactly the same as you do, but obviously for an SMA.
Yeah. Because you couldn't fit a 239 there.
You can't put a 239 through that small bit of metal.
No.
And then, of course, for the actual, what they're called, the spreaders, I was going to use plastic, but then I realised that wood would work just as well. So that's just a small triangular cutout of wood, spray painted grey like your plates are now. And then for the elements, that's just quarter waves on 2 and 70.
Yeah.
And then the main thing I wanted to replicate was the doingy doingy and the stopper knots. So that is 1 mil proper doingy doingy.
That's amazing.
Which doings.
Yeah. And what sort of place, what shop did you get that stuff from?
I eventually found that elastic shock cord on I think they supply sewing equipment, for people who want to put elasticated things into sewing projects. So that's
proper knots and everything.
Yeah, proper knots.
And is that heat shrink? That's not our heat shrink. Is that custom?
That is heat shrink. I had to buy smaller gauge heat shrink for that.
Well, let's fire up, see if it works.
Yeah.
So to put this into context, if that's for the 2 metre band, I mean that's what, 50 centimetres to there, roughly.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
48, I think it was, something like that.
And then people are going to ask, do the radials matter what length they are? They don't. Contrary to what the books tell us, it don't seem to matter, right? Because we've connected this SMA with a little N-type adapter on the back of... Tom's bought this 991 for me to have a look at anyway, but we just thought we'd have a place. We've plugged it in. We've also got over on the left-hand side the 9700. So we'll key up. Testing 1, 2, 3. Obviously, reception is going to be easy. So let's show you what the SWR is on 2 metres. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Tom, is that actually the SWR? Is that the power?
No, that's the SWR.
Amazing. That's lovely. Because we're coming through fine, obviously, on the 9700. The antenna for the 9700 is just out the back here, on the tower. Tom, I've got to say, first class. Why would anybody want this? It's model making at its finest. It's just for fun. Okay, so Tom, well done, mate.
Thank you.
Take it home and enjoy it, and see. And after some reasonable DX, please, on here. All right.
I actually had proper QSOs on that.
That's amazing.
Like 10 miles on a walkie-talkie. I stuck it on the top of my car.
But you weren't driving along at the time.
Driving along, but it worked. It works fine. Obviously, higher up the better, I guess.
Okay. Okay, well, from Tom and me, all the best. Enjoy your kit building, model making, whatever else. We need a full-scale railway next time. Thanks, Tom.
Okay.
Bye for now.